We can all join first.
No, we wanna do it together.
Yes,
For
sorry.
us.
Oh, I mean for the
And
introduction.
then
Yeah.
we wanna say our names. I mean,
Yeah, just for introduction.
Children
Come
move
on,
next
yeah.
as we are moving.
Yeah, just the slide.
Then here,
in the
then
order
we,
of slides.
because as the order of the slides go.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
is ready?
You can start with
Let's start.
this recording
Let's
now.
go.
Will you edit?
Okay. Good
Yeah,
morning. We are students from American College of Commerce and Technology. My name is Angela.
My name is Jialin Fu.
Hi, my name is Priya.
Hello, my name is Dorothy Pangonasani.
So we're gonna present. Our theme is Enron. So I'm gonna start with a brief history and the key of the problem. First is gonna do a brief history about Enron. I wanna talk about the origin. In 1930, was created with the name of Northern Natural Gas Company. So, and then take another name on the 1980 to Inter-North Inc. In 1985, get the name of Enron. So Enron was one of the largest natural gas and electricity company, which was involved in energy brokering, electronic energy trading. Skilling was one of the key players who began to change the corporate cultures, transforming to a new imagine. So since Skilling joined to that company, to Enron company, they were creating a lot of hiring new business from the college and investing a lot and getting a lot of investment from another countries. And here's I'm gonna show some timelines about the company. I'm just gonna do the most important acquisition about Enron. So in 1983, the acquisitions of Belco Petroleum Corporation. This one was a big add to the company, like a making growth quadruple times. And then in 1985, another big acquisition of Houston Natural Gas Corporation. That one joined from the southeast to southeast west to Enron company. So as we see, the company was growing fast and rapidly. So another one, 1988, opened its first overseas office in England, which they were taking advantage because England was privatized the power of industry. And then 1999, they were forming broadcasting services. So they were realizing the issue in 1991. So the issue became in 1991 because they made a big investment on the broadcasting, which it was no short investment. That one was a long investment. So they were not getting the profit at that time. Since they were making a big investment, one of them was also they were creating a plant in India. But for a big issue, for a big, they couldn't do it. So in 2001, Enron's stock closes below the 59.78, a critical point. So since they were realizing by that time they were getting a problem, but it was just inside of the key players. So after that, in 2001, Enron declares bankruptcy and Kinley laid off more than 2,000 employees. So in most of the key players, one he quit. He doesn't say why. He just give personal issues. And then in 2002, we see the U.S. Department of Justice began criminal investigation into Enron bankruptcy because they were covering all the financial statements lying outside the company. See, here we're gonna see the key players is Andrew Fausto, Jeffrey Skilling, and Kim Lay. So Andrew Fausto was of the chief financial officers, and Jeffrey Skilling, he joined in 1990, the former CEO, and Kim Lay, 1985, he's appointed chairman and CEO as well. Thank you.
All right. Now let's look at the evaluation of the action. First, look at the some of the legal actions that Enron did. What Enron did for their companies all the way making their company's financial statement looks better. But what they did wrong is they used the fraudulent financial information. They're trying to overstate the assets and they're trying to hiding the loss of liabilities by transferring some of the losses or liability to an offshore account. And they also, if you look at their financial statements, you can't find too much information about the disclosure. All of this illegal, which I can give you an example. According to the Jonathan Will 2001, he found out the related party disclosure in Enron's financial statement are very murky. And here's the summary. It says in 2000 year-end financial statements describing certain transactions with the Andrew Fausto, who is the CFO of the company. Enron transferred some of the using transactions between Andrew's company. So the company said it transferred assets value 1.2 billion, including 150 million in notes payable, 3.7 million restricted Enron shares, and the right to receive as many as 18 million Enron common shares. Regarding the detail of the transaction, they do not disclose enough information for the investor to make decisions. For whoever the financial statement reader, they feel confused what is really going on. So besides the illegal actions Enron did, there's a lot of unethical and bad behaviors. One of them is Enron used to be traditional trade energy company, and the CFO Jeff Skilling transferred the Enron into an online trading company. So what their business is they can trade energy as a stock. So they manipulate the energy prices, which is really bad for the people who use the energy every day. So they pay a higher bill for the gas, for the electricity. So let's look at why Enron did it wrong. So if you look at Statement of Financial Accounting Standards of the United States, number 57, specifically says something about a related party disclosure. So if you want to disclose a related party in a financial statement, you should disclose the nature first of the relationship. Second, you have to describe you have to provide a description of the transaction, including very details, but not too details, no amounts. But you have to describe for each period the income statement are presented and other information that are necessary. And you also have to disclose the dollar amount of the transaction for each of the periods for which income statements are presented. So a lot of details you have to disclose according to the standards, which Enron did not disclose. If you so whoever read the financial statements will be confused. So they will wondering, they can't figure out what is really going on behind all these transactions. It seems really complex. What they want to do is to make these transactions so complex that no one can understand. So they even create an offshore account for the for the company to transfer their loss and the liabilities. Okay, so what Enron did is they created disclosure. First, the transaction is complex. Second, they provide insufficient disclosure, which confuse the reader and the investor. And okay, next. And we want to see why the Enron executives doing this. So first, point out that the leader of the Enron, they have a really high appetite for the risk. So the appetite for the risk is not wrong, but they do not have a proper risk management. So there's a story that there's two employees of Enron used to misappropriate of the assets, company assets, into their personal account. The Kenley, which is the CEO, he knows about this transaction. He knows about the employees, but he disregard their dishonor behavior. He did not fire these two employees. Instead, he promotes them. So what he said, they are the only person that make the company profitable. He consider the loss that he fired his two employees is much larger than keeping them. But this is the company's management style tolerate this very inappropriate behavior, so which create the future's potential problems, the bankrupt for the whole company. And the second, the CEO, Jeff Skelling, is very creative businessman, and he has very many great ideas. He also highly like the risk. He thinks the risk can bring more profits for the Enron. So under his leadership, so the Enron is driving like full speed to the iceberg, so without any risk management. So it's really danger for the whole company. And second thing is, at that time there's no enough internal control. So the whole company is under the full leadership of the CEO and top management, and they do not think about how the company should prevent the future risk, like the trading business. They betting on the price of the energy. So they didn't think about what if they have losses after these transactions. So what they did is, if there's losses, they transfer the losses to Andrew's company's account. So, and the third one is the staff level. No one opposed to the upper management and point out what you do is wrong, and what I think is appropriate, and we should consider our current risk is too high that we cannot manage. No one opposed until